Out of the way.
In Jackson, Wyoming, some residents get into a loud argument in the town's public square. Shots are fired. Before long, bodies lie in the street. Fortunately, this is all theater, performed for tourists who've come to Jackson partly for its Wild West character and are only too happy to tip the actors once the show is over. These actors are only too happy to get the spare change.
I get to see the pretty and the ugly side of Jackson, basically.
Jorge Moreno is a longtime resident of Jackson who works 2 jobs and has always had trouble making ends meet here.
Every single time when somebody asks me if I live in Jackson, I say no. I survive in Jackson.
Teton County, in which Jackson sits, is one of America's most scenic and richest counties with an average income of around $300,000 US a year. It features a number of beautiful properties, homes that jump off the pages of real estate catalogs, homes for which there's more demand than supply. The cost of real estate has skyrocketed here.
The difference between the 1% and the 99% is it's just incredible.
Last year, Moreno, who lives in Jackson's largest apartment complex, learned his rent would be going up more than 40%.
Meaning that I was paying $1,250 for a 2-bedroom apartment, and it was going to go to $1,800, something that I couldn't afford.
And he wasn't the only one.
It was happening around town, everywhere. But when it hit this big apartment complex, everybody just reacted.
Renters protested. Moreno convinced his landlord to spread the increase out over 2 years instead.
I'd say that inequality, the disparity in wealth in Jackson is startling.
Jackson's affordable housing director says with 97% of land around town federally protected and tall buildings in town frowned upon, housing is very scarce here. She's working with private developers and employers who are having trouble filling jobs to address the problem.
We need a lot of rental stock for those very, very poor families and individuals. And then we need more ownership stock for those, middle class workers who can't afford a $700,000 starter home.
She says the employees who keep Jackson running and thriving are part of the community's character and shouldn't be driven away.
If everyone just leaves at 5 and goes back to wherever they are, then what is Jackson? It's not a place that I certainly would want to raise my family.
Jorge Moreno isn't sure if he and his family can afford to stay in Jackson. Either way, he says, the town's working class needs help.
The reality is that I love this community so much that I want them to change regardless whether I'm here or not. We have to stop talking about it and start doing something.
Hendrik, Sybrandy, CCTV, Jackson, Wyoming.